Hello, today I'm going to be talking about comfort eating and binge eating and what the difference is between the two. So, what is the difference? Many of us comfort eat. In fact, we're all comfort eaters because we need food to make the uncomfortable hungry feeling go away. Problems with our relationship with food happens when we eat to make other feelings go away. Hunger is very complex and we can get other feelings mixed up with the hunger feeling. We can think that we are feeling physically hungry when we are not. We can confuse other emotions with hunger. We feel our emotions in our stomach and gut area, so it's no surprise that many people eat when they're feeling anxiety or other uncomfortable feelings rather than just physical hunger. So binge eating is when you feel out of control of your eating and you cannot stop. Some people will purge afterwards, which means that they make themselves sick, they over-exercise. Some people also take laxatives, and some of them do all three of those. But binging isn't just about purging afterwards. Like, you can be diagnosed with binge eating disorder if you only binge. You don't have to do the purging afterwards. So binging regularly could mean that you have binge eating disorder. I've met many people that binge regularly and they don't realise that it's actually a disorder. There's good news though. You can get help with it through your GP. If you live in the UK, you can. And you can be screened by a dietitian or other healthcare practitioners to find out if you have binge eating disorder. You can go through a specialist type of cognitive behaviour therapy, which will help you overcome the disorder. So it's not all bad news if you think you've got binge eating disorder. If you're still not sure if you've got binge eating disorder, you could answer these questions, just two. Do you ever feel out of control with eating, overeating, like you cannot stop? Do you carry on eating even though you feel full? If you'd answered yes to these questions, then it's likely that you have binge eating disorder. The severity depends on how often you binge eat. Some people that binge eat will eat at a fast speed and they will binge when they're on their own, so they're like secret eaters. So if you're not sure whether you're a comfort eater, you can answer these questions. Do you eat when you're not physically hungry? Do you eat when you are bored? Do you eat when you feel emotional? Do you eat when you are anxious? Do you find yourself making excuses to eat unhealthy food? So that's just 5 questions. I could have gone on and on, but if you answered yes to any of those, then there's a chance that you are a comfort eater. So what I would suggest to start with is just to keep a diary of when you eat when you're not physically hungry. This will help you start to recognise any patterns and you can start to understand your relationship with food. People that comfort eat usually eat high fat or high sugar foods or both. It's unlikely that you'll comfort eat with healthy food. Like, I've never reached for the veg when I'm feeling like I need a bit of comfort food. So yeah, it's normally sugary, high fat foods that we go for. And it's to do with the dopamine that's released when we eat these foods. You get a little high, like a good feeling when the dopamine is released. And it can be addictive, so that's why many of us get into bad habits of comfort eating and wanting those types of foods when you feel uncomfortable or you're having like uncomfortable feelings. So if you find that any of these videos are helpful to you, you can have a look at my website and there's some blogs on there too, or you can subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be adding more and more videos about comfort eating. I wanted to talk about binge eating today because I think it's important that you know if you've got that before you start doing any work around comfort eating, because if you've got binge eating disorder, then you really need to deal with that first before you move on with the comfort eating information and solutions and all the different things that I'm going to be teaching you to help you with comfort eating. So thank you for listening and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.